Hey, what's up everyone? It's Rob DeBoer with Prove It, and welcome into the first of many videos that we're going to be shooting called Fitness Friday, and it's going to be fact, fiction, and fitness without all the fluff. And for those of you that have seen my videos, we just kind of come right at you, try to give you application. Our whole goal with this series is to provide value to our community. And when I say community, Prove It is about building a brand, about optimizing people, inspiring people to want our products, to want to be a part of what we're doing. So this isn't just for people that take our products, not just for provers that are part of our community. It's really for anybody. So hopefully we'll give you some practical application that you can take with you, and hopefully we'll end with an action step at the end of each one of these videos. So welcome in, appreciate you joining us, and this will be shared exclusively every single Friday at facebook.com/justproveit, where you can share it, like it, comment, and hopefully expect those every single Friday. And again, we'll deliver some value, I believe. So the topic that we're going to start with really is the idea of a GPS. And Tony Freeman, IFBB Pro Bodybuilder, uses this, and I think it's fantastic. Because when a lot of people start improving their health, especially at the beginning of the year, a lot of people are gung-ho, they go after it, they know where they want to be. They know that they want to go from a 10 to a 6 dress size. They know they want to lose 20 pounds. But the problem is, most people never enter into that GPS, the current location, where they're really starting from. And here's one of the biggest problems I have, especially in the fitness industry, because many fitness people, guys with certification, gals with certifications, in some ways are irresponsible because they never enter in that current location. Here's what I mean. I'll get people call me, they'll say, Rob, I've been following a well-balanced diet, I've been doing a lot of cardio, it just doesn't seem to be working for me. I'm taking Keto OS, what's the problem? And 9 times out of 10, the problem really is they're not eating enough. In other words, they'll go to their trainer with those same concerns. The trainer will say, hey, here's what you need to do. You need to eat less, you need to make better choices, eat fewer calories, but more importantly, you need to do more cardio. Add in another day or two of cardio. And to that, my response would honestly be,
what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Like I said, we're going to have fun with this, but really the reason that would be my response is because there's a very important factor that needs to be the foundation of every health, wellness, fitness program, and that is what's called your basal metabolic rate. If you ask your trainer, most people wouldn't know where that starting point is. In other words, basal metabolic rate stands for your baseline, your metabolism, everything that goes on in your body, and the rate, which is a period of time. So your daily basal metabolic rate is how many calories, how much energy does your body require, measured in calories, to survive. In other words, if you're laying in bed, not moving, how many calories does it require for your body to pump your heart, to pump blood through your body, for your brain to work, for your eyes to blink, and everything in between? Really sedentary, you're not doing anything, just laying in bed, well, that's what's called your basal metabolic rate. And I'll explain a few formulas at the end to figure that out, and that'll be your action step from this video. But the problem is, our bodies are extremely smart. And so when a trainer or somebody starts dipping below that basal metabolic rate, what happens is our bodies respond accordingly. You see, our bodies don't care what they look like in a bathing suit. They don't care if they're lean, they don't care if they're fat. Here's what our bodies care about. They care to survive, and they're going to do whatever it takes to do that. So if you're not giving your body that baseline metabolic rate, that minimum number of calories just to survive, for your brain to work, for your eyes to blink, for your heart to pump, then your body's going to adapt, downregulate, make your metabolism, the way you process food, create energy, more inefficient, which in turn is going to lower that basal metabolic rate. Why? Because your body thinks it's starving. Your body wants to survive. So your body's going to do whatever it takes to require fewer calories because it sees you're not feeding it enough calories. Well, guess what? One of the first things that it'll do is start to strip away that muscle. Have you ever seen people that have really fast metabolism? You know, those people that they can eat about anything they want. They look like swimming suit models. What do they all have in common? They've got a lot of lean tissue. They've got a lot of muscular development. Well, as you know, the more muscle someone has, the more calories they can burn, hence a higher basal metabolic rate. Well, if your body is trying to survive and lower its basal metabolic rate, what is one of the first things would you imagine it would want to get rid of? Muscle. So again, think about this for a minute. Once you identify your current location, you can plug in your fitness program, you can plug in your cardio, which by the way, may be very overrated. That'll be another video at a later time. However, we now know where to start. We can now plug in our keto OS. We can now plug in kind of the dietary habits that we're following. Well, whether it's LCHF, low carb, high fat, maybe it's a strict keto diet, maybe it's just a regular basic eat carbs, eat 5-6 small meals a day, whatever it is. Now that you've got that starting point, that basal metabolic rate, you know what it takes to feed your body. And mark my word, you start giving your body the amount of calories it needs to survive, and then some, the results begin to happen. That's really today's tip. There will be some formulas in the bottom of this video, but for men, myself, if I were to figure out my basal metabolic rate, it would look something like this. Take the number 66 and add it to 6.23 times my body weight. Add that to 12.7 times my height, and then subtract 6.8 times my age. In other words, I would take the number 66 and I would add it to 6.23 times 225, which is what I weigh. And then I would add that to 12.7 times 69, which would be my height in inches. And then I would take that number and subtract from it 6.8 times my age, now I'm 45. That would be a rough idea or a pretty good estimate of my basal metabolic rate. So if I'm not getting that number of calories on a daily basis, my body says, you know what? Let's lower our basal metabolic rate. We're not getting enough calories to survive. We're going to downregulate. We're going to take away your muscle. And that's just not what we're trying to accomplish. Women, take the number 655. Add that to 4.35 times your weight in pounds. Add that to 4.7 times your height in inches. And then finally take that number and subtract 4.7 times your age. That's going to give you, again, that GPS, that current location of what you need to have on a daily basis simply to survive. Once you master that, start plugging in our products, which, by the way, what is Keto OS? One of the benefits, preserve and protect muscle, the exact same thing that our body wants to do to survive. What else does it do? Offers incredible energy, appetite control. So now all of a sudden, not only are we able to get that number of calories, but we're able to get that basal metabolic rate, that final total amount of calories at a very, very minimum with right choices because of this product. Better choices, preserve and protect muscle, incredible insulin-free energy to the brain. That's going to help everybody at least know where they're starting. Hope this helped. This is Fitness Friday. Fact, fiction, fitness with no fluff. Hope this helped. Comment, share, like, and we'll see you next Friday.